Hello, my name is Iron and this is Iron's Tech. Welcome back to the channel. What you see before you here is a 2013 MacBook Pro 13-inch. And the reason I'm making a video on this is because I rescued this, as it were, from a junk shop that I was going through. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So, what I've got here is a 2013 MacBook Pro 13-inch. It has 8 gigs of RAM, a 500 gigabyte SSD inside. And as you can see, it's in pretty good condition, really. I'll close the top and let's have a little look at the state of this. So let me just zoom in the camera. Okay. As you can see, the case on the outside is looking pretty good. We haven't got too much damage. There's almost no little nicks on here. There's, I think, a little something in the corner, but I mean, you can barely make it out. It's very, very good. If I go to this corner, again, come on, focus, thank you. It's really good, really nice condition. Let's flip it over. On the bottom, I've got a few teeny little scratches here, but almost nothing at all there. And there's a little dink here as well. And I know the reason those are there, and I'll talk about that in a minute too. Let's just flip this back over, pop it down. Let's bring the camera out and open it up. So I got this MacBook from a junk shop that I was walking past. I do frequent secondhand shops and junk shops around where I live in Japan, and this was in just basically a pile of computers. There was a load of Windows computers there, a few older MacBooks, a couple really beat up things, smashed screens, bits missing, all kinds of stuff. And this was just in the middle of that pile. And the only thing that I could find wrong with it, and talking to the staff in the shop that was wrong with it, was the battery had swelled. And so on the bottom of this, if I just tip it up, this bottom case here had swelled out to the extent where the computer was sitting on the belly. It wasn't sitting on the feet anymore. Like right now, it sits very nicely on the feet. It's very solid. It's no problem. But when I first got this, it was really swelled out, and that's why I have all the scratches on the bottom here and the little dink. Because the computer had been used, just sat on the belly. So I talked to the person in the shop, and he said, yeah, it's just junk, no one's going to buy it, the belly's swelled up, the battery's dangerous. So I was like, look, I'll take it from you, I'll buy it. So I ended up paying 9,000 yen for this computer. At the time, I wasn't sure if that was a good deal. I didn't know if it worked, honestly. I wasn't sure if I was just wasting some money, but at 9,000 yen, which works out about $60 US. And for $60, I thought it's worth a shot. It's worth the gamble to get something that I've actually wanted one of this style of MacBook Pro for a while. It's one of the ones I've always wanted. It's a classic design, and it has something that I really like, and I'll talk about that in a moment. So yeah, 9,000 yen, MacBook Pro, brought it home. First thing I did, I didn't even switch it on. The battery was very swelled, so I opened it up and I just took the battery out. I got straight to it, got the battery out there, took it to a battery disposal place and was done with it, because the battery was really swelled. It could have leaked battery acid all over the place. It could have, worst case, set on fire, I suppose. So I wanted it out. Once I got the battery out, I then plugged in the MacBook and tried to work out if it was okay. So I plugged it in. It switched on, no problem. I got it loaded into Mavericks, I think was on it, OS Mavericks. And so I updated that to High Sierra, and then from High Sierra to what we have now, which is Big Sur. 2013 MacBook Pros will only go as far as Big Sur. I can't get this any further. and it's working very well. I like Big Sur. I have Big Sur on my 2015 12-inch MacBook, and I don't have a problem with it. Big Sur is the operating system that was on my 2020 M1 MacBook Air when I bought it, so I used it a lot, and I do really like it. When I first plugged this thing in onto the mains power, the adapter power, it was running incredibly slowly. So I thought, hang on, this is a bit strange. So I did a Geekbench test, put the results up now. And it seemed that because there was no battery in the MacBook, it was being held back. The processors were being underclocked. Everything was running really slowly. And I didn't know that happened. I had to research that. I was a bit worried. But yeah, turns out MacBooks clock themselves down when there's no battery. So the next thing I did was, right, I need a battery. So I went on Amazon. I live in Japan, so I had to get one from Japan. I got a Run Power battery. I've never used Run Power before. I didn't know if it was good battery or not, but so far, so good. I am currently at 53% charge. Let me zoom that in for you. We are at 53% through my first charge. I'm going to let this run the whole way down to 0 and then start using it more normally just to calibrate the battery. But yeah, so far it's been good. After my photos finished sorting themselves out and all my files and the iCloud synced everything, it's showing normal battery life, which is about 7 hours or so, 7-8 hours. So hopefully everything works out with the battery. So I now have a MacBook Pro in good condition. I paid $9,000 for the computer, $7,000 for the battery, and $7,000 is about $40, $45, something like that. So it's about $100 all in for a 2013 MacBook Pro 13-inch with a Retina display. Very nice keyboard. The trackpad is not Force Touch, but it supports all the gestures, and actually I have no issues with this trackpad whatsoever. It's been working very well. And on top of that, I get something that I don't get on any of my other computers, which are ports. So this computer has, if I close it up a second there, ooh, glowing Apple logo. I like that. We have so many ports. There's ports everywhere. We've got, focus please, there we go, an SD card slot, okay, which is also SD card, HDMI, USB 3.0, and if I turn it around the other side, we have another USB 3.0, we have a headphone jack, we have two Thunderbolt 2, I think these are Thunderbolt ports. These, I'm not sure I'm going to use these, but it's nice to have them. And then MagSafe 2, yay MagSafe. So this thing is loaded out with ports. I've got so many ports. So on top of everything else, I've got, a MacBook Pro with all these ports. It's in really good condition for about $100, and I think that's great. I've always wanted one of these, this style of MacBook. I just think they look really good. They're not too big, not too small. The screen, because it's a Retina display, looks amazing. The colors are not as good as on an M1 series or some of the newer, obviously some of the other newer Intel MacBooks, but it's a Retina screen compared to like a MacBook Air or something from this period. It looks great. I will now go and start doing a series of different tasks so you can see how it's running. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just thought I'd start by showing you up here. The temperature currently sitting idle is 36 degrees C. Fans barely going. Pretty good idle temperature, not overheating. It's finished syncing all the iCloud things now, so it's a good idle temperature for a computer of this age. It's very good. Moving around the operating system, if I just go down to the dock down here, everything's very smooth. I don't see any delay, any lag. It's just as smooth as my new MacBook Air. It's really good. If I open up, say, system preferences, it's pretty quick, opens right up. Go into battery, which, it's moving fine. Really good. Let's open some more things. So I just go into a folder. Right, really snappy. You can scroll up, scroll down, move the window around. Just really nice No big delays, no glitching out or anything. The only thing I notice, if I bring in from the side the widgets here, that's a little glitchy sometimes. It's not every time. Right now it's running quite well actually, but occasionally, especially if I've got something else going on, that can occasionally be quite glitchy, but very good. If I go into here, move around these windows, again, animations are smooth. Just no big issues there. Let's pull Safari up. Pretty quick. A couple of bounces. Let's go to Sky News. Again, really nice, quick. Oh, a little bit of a glitch there, but really nice, quick browsing experience. I've not hit any major problems here. Go to the website, loads really quickly. Go right in. I can go up and down the news stories here. Again, occasional little weird jumpy glitch, but pretty smooth there. Looking good. Let's go to Chrome, see how that goes. Pretty quick, that was good. We're straight into Chrome there. Let's maybe go to YouTube. Again, not too bad. It's definitely not as quick as an M1, but that was not bad. Going down to some new videos, takes a second to load, but again, nothing terrible at all there. Let's open up this one. This is Luke Miani. Let's see. We're in, that's got a Japanese advert there. Let's let that go. Go to the video, straight in there. It's on 1440p. Let's go full screen. Oh, a little jumpy there, but pretty good. I mean, we're running 1440p video on a Retina display. It's looking really good, right? It's a little warm now though. It's jumped up to 80, 75, but nothing crazy. Fans are still quiet. 1440 video. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's jump back. Okay, thanks Luke. Let's close you down. There we go. Bye bye. So again, Google Chrome working really well. Safari's working fine. I'm just going to close those down a bit there. Let's have a look maybe at Maps. Just scroll around a bit. Nothing terrible. It's loading pretty quickly. Go across here. Up here a little bit. All right, Maps is working well. Okay, pretty good. So that's making my processor very, very angry. I've got 99 degrees C up here from running Maps. So yeah, temperatures might be a problem, but again, touching the top of the MacBook here, it's not too hot. Fans haven't kicked on yet, so not too worried there. Again, really good performance, really nice, and I can move this box around. Everything's still smooth and snappy. I'm quite impressed for something from 2013. This is running really nicely. Let's close Maps. I am going to load up something I do when I'm testing out most new MacBooks. I'm going to load up World of Tanks Blitz, and I'm just going to give a quick go on that. Okay, so we're in a game, World of Tanks Blitz. We've got most things set up on medium at the moment. I've got my fog quality on low. Dropped the Flora to low, shadows to low. And HD textures are still on. I think that should be pretty good settings for this computer. See how it can handle it. My 12-inch Retina MacBook had a bit of trouble with anything above low. Let's just give this a go, see what happens. I am borrowing a friend's account here just to get access to some more tanks and features. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. Some older MacBooks load into this game after the battle has started, so it'll be interesting to see if we do get in beforehand. We've only got the 8 gigs of RAM, so it could be an issue, but I'll have to see. In before the game has started. We've got 60 FPS right now. Let's have a bit of a drive around. So 54, 55, yeah, between 50 and 60 on medium. Let's have a bit of a drive. I'm using the trackpad to control my tank, which is never ideal in this game, so forgive me for any horrendous gameplay, but here we go. Let's follow this guy up here. It's looking good. Very smooth, the effects are coming across nicely. There's no major lag or weird ping or anything. Things are looking good. Ow, got shot there. Well, I've got no chance against these guys. Shoot him. Okay, hello. So, it's running nicely. I've still got 60 FPS. All these guys all coming at me here all at the same time. That was a terrible shot. 60 frames per second, 55 frames. Yeah, 50 and 60 seems to be where this sits on... I'm dead. On the medium settings. Temperature's up in the 90s. Fans about half speed, 3000 RPM. I'm not seeing it hit 100 degrees yet, so maybe we're okay. Looking quite stable there. Again, clicking around some of the other tanks, 60 frames per second, 60 FPS. So yeah, medium settings, World Tanks Blitz, not a problem on this at all. It's running well. Okay, I'm going to come out of this battle there, back to the garage. Okay, so back in the garage, and again, it's working nicely, really nice and smooth. So I'm going to come out of this, go back and have some final thoughts on this MacBook Pro. Okay, so those were some kind of first thoughts and little quick tests on this MacBook Pro from 2013. I'm very happy with it, very impressed with it. I think I will use this as a staying at work computer. Currently, I take my MacBook 12-inch Retina with me everywhere I go. I just carry it around everywhere and use it at work if I need to. And then my M1 MacBook Air has become more of a sort of stay at home in my house computer. But this one, I'm thinking of just leaving it where I work, and then I don't have to carry a computer around anymore. And if I do need to move from place to place, I can take 12-inch Retina with me. But having this as like a permanent computer just to stay where I work will be very helpful. And because it's doing so nice, so smooth, and the screen's so nice and big and bright, I think it'll be a welcome addition. So far so good, very happy with it. MacBook Pro 2013, 13-inch from a junk shop that has been fixed up. I would like to add that I plan on doing at least one more video on this MacBook on various different tests and things that I've done it. I'll probably use it for a week or so for work and get back and let you know how it's been. Things like Google Drive, Pages, maybe a little bit of video editing, but I don't really plan to use it for that, and just get back to you and let you know how it's been. My name is Iron, this is Iron's Tech, and thank you very much for listening.